When you start out creating a healthy home, it's really easy to assume that you either have to start from scratch or do a huge remodel. But the truth is, you can make small, impactful changes right where you are. As a building biology practitioner, home inspector, and healthy home expert, I have helped hundreds of families transform their existing homes into healthier spaces without major renovations. Whether you live in a rental or an older home or just plan to stay where you are long term, there are dozens of realistic steps you can take to help reduce indoor pollutants, protect your family's health, and create an environment that actually supports your well-being. I have seen firsthand just how powerful these strategies for changing your home can be. I'm here to help you start right where you are. So let's dive into the real, actionable ways to create a healthier home starting today. Welcome back. I am Amanda. I'm a building biology practitioner, a certified home inspector, and a healthy home expert, the owner and creator of Healthy House on the Block, where I help you create a healthy space that actually supports your well-being and supports your health and wellness rather than slowly burdening it down over time. Today, I want to tackle the topic and conversation around, do you need to build a brand new house or gut an entire house to make it healthy? Now, the answer is no, but I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you the exact steps and strategies that I use with my own clients in consultations and in meeting with them to create a healthier space without all of the remodel work, building from the ground up. There are things you can do today to start where you're at. I was actually really surprised to listen to this statistic that you take 20,000 breaths a day. And most of those are likely happening inside your home because we know that's where we're spending the majority of our time. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Your indoor air is probably more polluted than the air outside, even if you live in a city. The good news is we can change that. The first thing we can do is add high quality HEPA air purifiers to your most used spaces. So I recommend starting with your bedroom because you spend about a third of your life there. You want to look for a true HEPA filter that also addresses VOCs through activated carbon. I personally choose Medify Air because I find that it is the best quality for the price that you're spending. And I have links for that in the blog post this week. The second thing we want to do is open your windows. And I know it sounds really simple, but I can't tell you how many homes I visit where the windows haven't been opened in months. Even just 5 to 10 minutes a day of cross ventilation in your home can dramatically reduce indoor pollutant levels. So set a reminder on your phone if you need to, or make a little sticky note and put it by your window to remind you. It is that important. Now, not all houseplants are created equal when it comes to air purification. Plants like spider plants, peace lilies, and snake plants have been scientifically proven to remove toxins like formaldehyde and benzene from your air. Plus, they bring life and energy to your space and make your home a place you want to spend time in. Finally, we really need to utilize those exhaust fans. They're in your house for a reason. So when you're cooking or showering, flip those switches, turn the fans on while you're using the space, and then for 20 minutes afterwards. Cooking releases nitrogen dioxide and particulate matter, while showering creates moisture that can lead to mold growth. Neither are good for your body or your lungs. And of course, there's so many toxins that we can't see. We don't know they're there, but they're toxins that we need to be aware of and we need to remove from our house, whether we understand the impact immediately or not. If you're still drinking unfiltered tap water, this is your sign to change that today. A high quality reverse osmosis system like the cloud filtration system, or even a pitcher like the clearly filtered pitcher, can remove all kinds of toxins from your water, including PFAS and other forever chemicals. It can remove chlorine, heavy metals, and hundreds of contaminants that are really impacting your health and your wellness. And yes, these absolutely matter. What you can't taste is often what's most harmful. It's time to upgrade your vacuum and know that not all vacuums are created equal. A true HEPA vacuum doesn't just pick up dirt, it actually captures the microscopic dust particles that carry flame retardants, pesticides, lead, and more. And here's a pro tip: vacuum your mattress at least monthly. You'd be shocked at what builds up there, but any sort of flame retardant or toxin that is on the surface of your mattress can become dislodged, and then we can end up breathing it in because we're in such close proximity. So by vacuuming it, you're actually reducing toxins that you could be inhaling. And while we're talking about filters, do not forget your shower. You absorb more chlorine through a 10-minute hot shower than by drinking a gallon of the same water. And if you're wondering why, well, the warm water opens your pores and you inhale the steam. A simple shower filter is an inexpensive way to reduce this exposure significantly. I have some of my favorites linked in this week's blog post. Are you a little unsure about where you even should be starting with the healthy house? Like, what are the first steps? After 10 plus years of hands-on experience, I know what those first steps are, and I know the steps to take that won't have you spending lots of money in the beginning, but will get you excited for all of the changes and all the potential that your house has. The truth is, creating a healthy house doesn't have to be really expensive. It doesn't have to be really complicated. You just have to know the exact steps to take. Anybody can check things off a list, and that's exactly what I'm here to help you do. My free ebook is an amazing resource to help you get started on getting toxins out of your house and creating healthier habits, and also planning for the future for some of those bigger changes. So because you do most of your healing work while you're sleeping and in your bedroom, it is so important to make sure that your bedroom is actually the healthiest room in your entire house. Your bedding actually is a really big deal. So if you think about it, your face is pressed against your pillowcase for 7 to 8 hours every night. And if it's made from synthetic fabrics treated with flame retardants and finished with formaldehyde, yes, really, this is the truth, that's a lot of exposure time. So we want to look for organic cotton sheets. This isn't a luxury, it's an investment in your health. And we need to create an EMF-free sleep zone. So the science on electromagnetic fields and sleep quality gets stronger every year. Your brain needs true darkness and a break from stimulation to produce melatonin properly. So try keeping phones out of the bedroom entirely, or at a minimum, put them on airplane mode on the other side of your space. If you need an alarm clock, get an analog clock instead. Really, we need to focus on proximity here. So the closer you are to these things, the more they're impacting you. The farther away and even out of your room, the better for your health and your sleep. And you might want to reconsider your mattress. So conventional mattresses, especially memory foam, can off-gas VOCs for years. If a new natural mattress isn't in your budget right now, consider an organic mattress topper as a barrier between you and those chemicals in the meantime. So the whole point of this video is to give you ways that you can improve your space without moving, but I also want to give you ways that you can improve your space without tearing everything out and starting from scratch. I want to give you ways that you can work with what you have material-wise to improve the health of your home. So first and foremost, you can seal in a lot of toxins without actually removing them. And this is even the case with things like lead paint or asbestos if you have an older home. And in a newer home, we can do the same thing with VOCs. Now, sometimes you will have to go the route of professional removal, but it's not always ideal and it's not always practical. So proper encapsulation with specialized sealants can actually dramatically reduce exposure risk to these harmful toxins. And when you do paint, we want to choose very wisely. Completely toxin-free, zero VOC paint has come a long way, and there are so many more options now than there were even a few years ago. They cover well, they last just as long, and they're not going to fill your homes with toxic fumes for months after painting. And it's an easy switch that makes a huge difference in your space. You can also really utilize strategic coverings. So maybe you're in a rental, or maybe you just don't have the means to replace flooring at the moment. So maybe you have vinyl flooring. You can actually layer it with a natural toxin-free rug and give yourself that barrier between your flooring and your body. If you have particle board furniture that might be off-gassing, you can actually seal that in with AFM Safe Coat or a similar product designed specifically for blocking and reducing VOCs. Something I think we often forget in our homes is that really we don't have to start from scratch. Maybe we just need to reduce what we have. Decluttering isn't just about aesthetics anymore. It's actually about the health of your space and your body. So if you can do a true purge every now and then, it's a great way to really reduce the number of items in your home. Every item in your home collects dust, and dust, we know, collects toxins. So the fewer unnecessary items you have, the less dust accumulation you'll experience. And be especially mindful of plastic items that can degrade over time. These are a great thing to purge. And so as you are doing your cleaning and your purging, you might be doing some reorganizing, and we need to rethink our storage. Those plastic storage bins are likely off-gassing into your stored items and into your house. So when possible, switch to a more natural material. Maybe you can do some sort of wood or glass or stainless steel if it's a smaller container. There is a time and a place for plastic storage bins, and that would be when it's out in your garage or out somewhere where there could be moisture and we need to protect the items inside. But if it's just being stored in a closet, try to find a better solution. So rooms that feel crowded often have very poor air circulation, and they can have blocked vents as well. So by opening up your space, you're actually improving the airflow and reducing stagnant air pockets where pollutants can concentrate in that room. So let's talk about EMFs because they really matter. Electromagnetic fields are the invisible but very impactful part of modern life that most people miss in their healthy home journey. Simply turning off your router at night can reduce your EMF exposure by almost a third. So use a timer or a smart plug to make this automatic, and I promise you will not miss those 2 a.m. email notifications. Yes, wireless is very convenient, but Ethernet connections are actually faster and they don't create the issues with RFs and EMFs throughout your home. So for stationary devices like desktop computers or smart TVs, definitely consider hardwiring them. So EMF exposure follows the inverse square law. Double the distance, quarter the exposure. So we want to keep routers, smart meters, and high EMF appliances away from areas where you spend the most time. We especially need to keep them away from your bed or your favorite seating areas or your office. So what if you're ready for bigger changes? If your budget and situation allow for some targeted renovations, here are some of the ones that will give you the biggest health return on your investment. Flooring definitely matters more than most people realize. Carpeting and vinyl flooring can be a major source of off-gassing and dust accumulation, and they can hold on to moisture. We want to replace this with hardwood, cork, or tile. It can be a dramatic improvement to your indoor air quality just through this one project. So mold removal is definitely a non-negotiable. If you have known water damage or mold issues, addressing these properly should be your absolute top priority. No amount of air purifiers or healthy products can overcome active mold growth in your home. So be very aware if this is something that you need to address when you're starting to tackle these bigger projects. HVAC upgrades definitely pay health dividends. So if your system needs replacing anyways, you can opt for one that has better filtration capabilities, and you can even consider adding some sort of air exchange system. High MERV filters are a very simple swap that you could make even with your current HVAC system, or if you're getting something new, you can do an add-on air purification system that can help improve the indoor air quality through your entire home. I have even more of these bigger changes listed in the blog post this week, which you can visit by heading to the link in the video description. Your home really affects your health, and the science behind this is clear. I don't want you to just take my word for it. I'm going to share with you the research that continues to confirm what building biology has been teaching for decades. A comprehensive 2021 study in the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health found direct links between poor indoor air quality and increased rates of respiratory illness, chronic fatigue, and even cognitive dysfunction. The Environmental Working Group's landmark dust study found that household dust typically contains dozens of potentially harmful chemicals, including phthalates, flame retardants, and PFAS. These are all known endocrine disruptors that can impact everything from fertility to metabolism. The Bioinitiative report, which analyzed thousands of peer-reviewed studies, found that prolonged exposure to electromagnetic fields, especially in sleeping areas, can measurably alter melatonin production and significantly impact sleep quality. And finally, groundbreaking research from Harvard's T.H. Chan School of Public Health has established connections between indoor toxin exposure and increased rates of anxiety, depression, and developmental issues in children. Your home environment is literally shaping your mental wellness. You don't need a new house just to have a healthy one. Remember this, creating a healthy home is a journey, not a destination. Each small change you make builds upon the others, creating a compounding effect that you'll feel in your body, mind, and overall well-being. Now, whether you're renting a tiny apartment or living in your forever home, you have the power to create a space that supports your health rather than compromising it. You can start where you are, you can use what you have, do what you can. And if you'd like personalized guidance for your specific home situation, I would love to help you. My Healthy Home consultations are designed to give you a clear roadmap for your unique space and health concerns. So if you're ready to take the first step, definitely start by downloading my free Healthy Home guide using the link below for an easy to follow action plan to get you started right away, because your healthy home and life is closer than you think. As always, I am so thankful that you are here and part of this community. I hope you can take at least one thing from this week's video and apply it in your own space. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because I am here every single week with new tips and new ideas to help you create a healthier space, one that supports your health and your wellness.